welcome back to another episode of SQL Interview Insights. Today we are going to solve an interview question which was asked at Amazon and Shopify. So let's get started. Given the user's session logs on a particular day, calculate how many hours each user was active that day. The session starts when state is equal to 1 and ends when state is equal to 0. And this is the expected output. So let's look at the table, the customer tracking table. So for customer ID and the state, they gave a timestamp here. So for customer ID 1 is the state 1 means which is a start time and 0 is the end time, and similarly start time and end time. If we can get the difference between these two times and then add those results, we should be able to get the total hours for this customer. So how is that we are going to get the time difference between these two? How do we know exactly what is the maximum time and what is the minimum time? So if we can get a row number for the customer ID and the state itself. So in this case, customer ID 1 and the state 1, we'll have a row number 1. Customer ID 1 and the state 1, we'll have the row number 2 here. And similarly for the second one, customer ID 1, 0, you'll have 1, and customer ID 1 with 0, you'll have 2. Now we know these two row numbers will be 1, and if you can just do a group by and get the maximum and minimum value here and get the difference between those time stamps, similarly the same thing for this one, and then add, we should be able to get the number of hours. Let's get started. So I'll just select the customer ID, state at timestamp, generate a row number here, partition by customer ID and state, and do an order by and let's call this as row number from customer track table. If you see here, for the customer ID 1, for state 0 we have 1 and 2, and for state 1 we have 1 and 2, and we know this one here for the row number 1 and this one, they belong to one group. So this is the minimum timestamp and this is the maximum that will be the other way. So this will be the maximum timestamp and this is the minimum timestamp. If you can extract these two and get the difference here, and then later have the sum between the other timestamps, we should be able to get the number of hours. So I'll select the customer ID and I'll extract the maximum timestamp. I'll call that as max time, and minimum timestamp as min time, and just do a group by customer ID and RN. Let's see the result here. Yeah, so for customer ID 1, we have the maximum time and the minimum time, and one more entry we have maximum time and minimum time. Now if we can just do a difference between these two times, so I'll directly have a difference here. Let's see. Yeah, so for customer ID 1, we have for that session we have 2 hours and 30 minutes, and another session has 2 hours and 30 minutes. If we sum these two, we'll get 5 hours, and that's the output here. So we'll directly select here customer ID and do a sum on, I'll just call this one as a time diff for now, sum of time diff as total time, group by customer ID. Yeah, if you see the result, it's almost matching with our expected output. 5 hours, 4.5 hours, 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is 1.5 hours. But in order to get this format, we have to extract the seconds using that extract epoch, and then later we can divide by 3600 to get the number of hours. So I can use on the total time here. So extract epoch from, so this should give us a seconds, and we'll just convert that to hours. So that will be divided by 3600. Yeah, that should give us the expected output here. This is a very simple and straightforward query. Hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching this video.